My rescue dog, Coda, wasn't like others. From the moment I brought him home, there was a persistent restlessness about him, a yearning in his soulful eyes. He'd pace, nudge, and always seemed to be leading me somewhere, his focus unwavering. I thought he was just settling in, but Coda held a secret, a silent mission that would soon unravel the fabric of my own past. Coda was a stunning tricolor Australian Shepherd, found wandering near the old abandoned mill on the edge of town, his origins a complete mystery to the shelter staff. His vibrant blue and amber eyes held a depth of intelligence, a knowing gaze that drew me in instantly the moment I saw him. I'd been searching for a loyal companion after years of feeling a quiet emptiness in my own life, a lingering sense of something missing. When I first encountered Coda, it felt like more than just a choice among many. It resonated deeply, almost like destiny. He was outwardly calm, yet beneath that placid exterior, I sensed an unspoken urgency, a quiet, profound purpose waiting patiently to unfold within him, a destiny he seemed determined to fulfill. Days turned into weeks, then months, and Coda gradually settled into the comforting routine of our home mostly. However, every single afternoon, without fail, he'd sit resolutely by the front door, his intelligent gaze fixed intently on the street outside. He'd let out a soft, insistent whine, then look back at me with an almost human expectation, his head cocked, as if urging me to understand his silent plea. If I ignored him for too long, lost in my own thoughts or chores, he'd pick up his leash, gently drop it at my feet, and then nudge my hand with his wet nose. It was a persistent, undeniable invitation to follow him, a silent command, and deep down, I knew it was something far more profound than just simple pent-up energy. I initially tried to dismiss Coda's persistent routine as merely a canine quirk, perhaps a lingering habit from his past life as a stray, or simply the boundless energy typical of an Australian Shepherd. I offered new toys, took him on extra long walks in our local park, anything to distract him from his strange obsession with the front door and the unknown path beyond. I reasoned he just needed more stimulation, more time to fully adjust to a comfortable, stable home. But Coda was unyielding. He'd accept the distractions, play for a while with his usual enthusiasm, but always, inevitably, he'd return to his silent vigil by the door, his message unwavering, his silent urgency growing more palpable with each passing day, chipping away at my resistance. One unusually sunny afternoon, unable to resist Coda's unwavering persistence any longer, I finally clipped on his leash, surrendering to his insistent silent command. He pulled me along a route I hadn't walked in what felt like a lifetime, past forgotten landmarks that stirred faint, unsettling memories I thought I had long buried. We ventured through quiet residential streets, then reached the overgrown, desolate edge of the old mill district, a place I hadn't dared to visit in decades. My heart began to pound with a strange mix of apprehension and profound, almost painful nostalgia. We passed a rusty, familiar fence, navigated a long abandoned, overgrown path, and then Coda veered sharply, heading straight for a dilapidated, almost forgotten house that stood alone amidst the decay. It was our old house, the very place where my family had lived before everything changed, before the devastating argument, before my older brother Leo and I were tragically separated by circumstances beyond our control. Coda sat patiently by the decaying porch, his keen, intelligent eyes fixed intently on a loose floorboard near the crumbling steps. Then he let out a soft, purposeful bark, looking from the board to me, then back again with urgent expectation. My curiosity, now powerfully overriding my deep apprehension about this emotionally charged place, compelled me to kneel down. Tucked away beneath the rotting wood, camouflaged by years of neglect and dust, was a small, tarnished metal box, carefully hidden away from prying eyes, a secret waiting to be rediscovered. Inside the box, amidst dried leaves, brittle cobwebs, and layers of fine dust, lay a handful of faded, creased photographs. My breath hitched in my throat as I carefully sifted through them, each image a ghost from a distant memory. There were pictures of a young Leo and me as children, our faces beaming, laughing, playing with carefree abandon in the overgrown yard alongside a small, energetic puppy. Its unique markings, its bright, dual-colored eyes, I stared, utterly stunned. This wasn't just any puppy. It was the very one we'd briefly had, lost shortly before our family fractured beyond repair. And it bore an uncanny, almost identical resemblance to Coda, a living echo from a forgotten past, a silent connection across time. I looked from the precious, faded photographs in my trembling hand to Coda, and a powerful, almost spiritual wave of understanding washed over me, chilling me to the bone with its profound implications. This wasn't just any old, forgotten house. It was our house, a place I deliberately tried to erase from my memory for decades. Coda, in his quiet wisdom and unwavering persistence, wasn't just leading me on a random walk. He was meticulously guiding me back to a forgotten, painful piece of my past, a long-lost connection I'd given up on. He had to be related somehow, a direct descendant perhaps, or simply a dog with an uncanny, almost miraculous instinct for family, a true keeper of lost memories and unspoken bonds. The realization hit me with the force of a tidal wave, breaking through years of emotional numbness and carefully constructed apathy. For so long, I had carried the silent burden of regret, the deep ache of a severed connection with my brother. I'd told myself that finding Leo was an impossible task, too painful a wound to reopen. Too many years had passed. But Coda, my extraordinary rescue dog, had utterly shattered that protective wall of denial and despair. He had not only unearthed a physical relic of our shared past, but had also, far more importantly, unearthed a dormant, desperate hope within my heart. The photographs, an old locket, a school report card, they weren't just mementos. They were crucial breadcrumbs, a map given to me by a loyal soul. Weeks of diligent searching, fueled by Coda's unwavering inspiration and my fervent, renewed determination, finally led me to a small, sleepy town miles away, nestled deep in the tranquil countryside. With Coda patiently by my side, I nervously knocked on a weathered door, my heart pounding with a mixture of intense fear and desperate, fervent hope. A man opened it, looking utterly startled to see a stranger and a dog on his porch. It was Leo, undeniably him, older, with the lines of time etched on his face, but his eyes, filled with recognition, were still the same. He saw Coda, and his eyes widened in instant, profound recognition. "Is that?" he whispered, a tremor in his voice, recognizing the unique markings, the dual-colored eyes. As Coda wagged his tail furiously, gently nudging Leo's outstretched hand, years of silence melted away, a lost past miraculously restored, and a family reunited. Coda's incredible story reminds us that some bonds, whether between humans or with our loyal animal companions, are simply too strong to be broken by time or circumstance. Sometimes, the most profound connections are forged, or even rediscovered, by the unwavering, loyal hearts of our beloved dogs. If this incredible tale touched your heart, please give it a like and subscribe to Snug Tales for more heartwarming stories of canine loyalty and unwavering love.